started, just to minimize. First thing is, anyway, because when I'm doing this, so I can do the Windows commands here also, but some administrative things also will show. I have a one virtual machine. Instead of doing in my physical machine, I will do it in my virtual machines. Okay. So this is my virtual machine. This is not my virtual machine. It's a VMware workstation application. Okay. So we'll do a lot of combination things here. Okay. The first thing is, what is this application? VMware Workstation. I have one more application called a VirtualBox. This is Oracle VirtualBox. This is also a kind of application. And this Oracle VirtualBox is a free from the Oracle. This VirtualBox application is free. And in VMware Workstation, this application is also free. But to download this application, you have to go to VMware website and you have to register with your email account, and then you can able to download this application. Whenever you are installing, or after installation, you have to select the registration part. So, okay, it is licensed. Okay, but point is, you have to select a personal use. Okay, so earlier, so paid version only. So you have to enter the key. Means you have to pay to use this application. So once you are paid, then you will get a key. But the key you have to enter for license purpose. So for commercial use. And they use in this VMware also giving a VMware player. But that is a free version. VMware player is a free, and VMware Workstation is a paid version. Recently, the VMware, instead of releasing player separately for a free version, VMware Workstation only, they put two options. One is commercial use, another is personal use. The personal use is a free. Commercial use is a paid version. Okay, that's a simple. Once you are installed this application, you can use it. The point is, what is this virtualization part? What I'm trying to say. This is my physical machine. In my physical machine, I have a hardware, right? I have a CPU. I have a i5 processor. Of course, 10th generation processor it is. Okay. I have a RAM, 16 GB RAM. Okay. And I have a storage. Okay. I have a storage. I'm using SSD here. Hard disk or SSD can use it. Some storage space is also available. This is my system configuration. I have around a 477 SSD storage space is there, and network Wi-Fi and LAN connectivity is also there. Okay, network connectivity is also there. So I have a Wi-Fi, okay, adapter, and of course LAN adapter is also there because it's a laptop. Both are there. Okay, NIC is my Wi-Fi adapter or LAN adapter. Both are there. Now, inside my system, I have an operating system. That is currently I'm using Windows 11. Okay. Now, thing is, how to test one of my application, but don't want to do it in my physical machine, in my personal, in my system. I don't want to do it. I want to do it in a separate machine. Maybe I need to practice some Linux related commands. Maybe I have to take a class on the Linux command. Okay, so also Linux class is there, or maybe I have to check one of my application how to install and configure it. So I need some extra system. So what I have to do, I purchase one more system for another application testing. Another is for configuration, some kind of database purpose. Another machine for Linux purpose, like that. So why should I purchase different physical machines? Simply, I'm using these softwares. One is VMware Workstation. Workstation is an application. Okay. This VMware Workstation is an application from VMware company. Okay. So one more application is that is Oracle company VirtualBox application. So using these applications, by installing these application into the system, so I can create a virtual machines. I can create a virtual machines. Okay. In these virtual machines, I can run what OS I want to install, I can run it, and what application I want to install and run, I can able to do it. So instead of purchasing separate hardware, I created a virtual machine and running an operating system and run applications in it. This virtual machine utilize my physical resources only. Like it creates a simple virtual CPUs, RAM. For example, for a virtual machine, I need to run this machine, I need one single CPU and I need something like a 2 GB RAM. Okay, maybe storage, I need 100 GB. Okay, so from where I will get this? From where I will get these things? From my physical machine only. These are all from the physical machine only, not from any place. Okay, it take this resources, utilize the resources from my physical hardware only. Okay, here I am using Windows 11. I can use that OS anything. Linux operating system, I can use it. Windows 10, I can use it. Windows Server, I can use it. Okay, so different operating systems I can use. The OS in the physical machine we called as a host operating system. Host operating system. But the OS in the physical machine we call it as host operating system. The OS in the virtual machine we call it as guest operating system. Okay, it's a guest OS. So we can run a different operating system on a single physical machines. What is the advantage of virtualization? Virtualization and virtual machines, we can run different guest operating system on the single physical machines by creating different virtual machines. So like this. And it's all depends upon all these virtual machines runs on your physical machine only. Okay, utilize your physical resources. Utilize your physical resources. For example, this is virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, virtual machine 3. Utilize your physical resources. Different types of voices. Here I use, for example, a Windows 10. Here I may install a Linux. Here I install some other operating system. Okay. And even older operating system also you can run. Newer or older operating system also run in the system. For example, I want to run Windows XP operating system. So I can run Windows XP, Windows Server 2003, Windows Server 2012, Windows 8, Windows 7. Like this also I can run on these virtual machines. Okay. So what is a virtual machine? It is a virtual representation. It is Virtual machine is a virtual representation or software-defined machine. It utilizes your physical hardware. We can run, we can run different types of different operating systems in a different virtual machines in a single physical machine, in single physical machines. This is what is virtualization or what is virtual machines. So once again, see, this is my machine. This is our Windows 11 machine, right? So Windows 11 is my host operating system. I have a lot of applications are running, but some application I want to run separately, or I want to practice certain commands in a separate machine, or I will do certain tasks should not be run in this system. It should be compatible in another different OSs. For example, in this machine, I installed a voice ticket application. So I don't want to install my physical machine. I want to install separately. In a Linux platform, I want to see because more comfortable to run in the Linux operating system only. Direct setup is available. Okay. So I install a Linux voice. I created this virtual machine. I install a Linux operating system. In that one, I install this voice ticket application. I started using that one. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, this is a kind of older operating system, Windows Server 2023. In nowadays, in our physical hardwares, the new version of OSs, or new version of hardwares, we can't install old operating system, but we can install it with the help of virtualization platform, Win 2003. It is Win 2003. So it means it's a 2003 server. Certain applications, certain features only available in this one. That's why I installed it. Okay. This is a Windows 10 OS. This is ESXi host, means it's a virtualization things. So for certain batches, like a Cognizant batches, so I need to teach them the VMware, ESXi or a vSphere, how to install or configure and manage, how to create virtual machines kind of stuff. Okay, so I need a machine like this. Okay, this is a Linux. In this Linux, just is a for practice purpose only, for classes practice purpose. And this is I installed GLPI application in this Linux operating system. This is a Rockstar. It's a virtual appliances for storage management appliances. It is means it's a virtual machine which contains Rockstar application inside. With the help of this our machine, I can able to show the people how to manage the storages, NFS, CFS, right configurations. I can able to show them properly. This is an Nagios. It's Nagios. It's a monitoring tool to show the people how the monitoring things works, how to connect remote devices for monitoring purpose. Okay. So like this, I created different virtual machines for different purposes. If you observe, each different machine having different memory capacity, processing capacity, storages, and network adapters also. You want to add multiple network adapters. So I will go to this. If you look at this one, I added multiple adapters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 adapters are attached. It's 5 adapters. In physical machine, you can't add 5 adapters. You need a physical servers to add multiple adapters in it. But we are added here. See the multiple disk also were attached. 4 GB RAM. Like how much system resources are required, like a processor, RAM, storage, network, like that we can attach it to the virtual machine also. Okay, that is a one advantages. Okay. You see, this is also some EXXA host. See, so many network adapters, storage devices also attached. Rockstar, if you could look at this Rockstar, So many hard disk I attached because for each time, for one batch, they want to see, for one batch, I added these hard disks. For another batch, I added this one. For another batch, I added this one. Okay. To show them how to add this SCSI devices, how to configure RAID on it. Okay. How to share the folders using NFS, EFS, entire practical, you can able to do it. Okay. This is,
Sir,
yeah, tell me.
sir, we can add n number of adapters and disks, or we have any limit to add these things.
We have some limit is also there.
Okay.
Um, Not a number of devices. Generally, we can add 16 or 32 adapters, storages like that. But
Okay, sir.
generally, practically, we can add lot of things. So
Okay,
I
sir.
can add an adapter like this. I can add the storage, parallel port, like USB controllers like that.
Okay, sir.
Very good. Yes. So this is one of my virtual machine. So see, Windows 10 virtual machine. I created this machine like this. So to create a new virtual machine. So either you select typical or custom. I leave it for typical only. Okay. So I select, I will install OS later. Next. So if you want to install Windows operating system, I select Windows. What version of OS you want to install? See, from Windows 11 to the lesser version also you can able to install. When Windows Server OSs also we can able to install it. Okay. 64-bit OSs, 32-bit OS also we can install. For example, your physical hardware is that 64-bit hardware, but you can't install 32-bit OS in it in physical machines. Your physical machine is right like that. Okay. But my physical machine is 64-bit OS. 64-bit system, 64-bit OS in physical machine. But in virtualization, I can install 64-bit OS. I can install 32-bit OS also. Okay. Both versions I can able to install. 64-bit I can install. 32 also I can able to install. Newer versions and older version operating system also I can able to install in this. Okay. So which OS, which platform, and which version you want to install, you have to just select it. If you want to install Linux, you see the data of Linux versions are there. Linux distribution, CentOS, Debian, Fedora, OpenSUSE, Madrigal Linux, Novel Linux desktop, okay, Oracle Linux, Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux, Rocky Linux, okay. So other Linux platforms, so other kind of Microsoft Photon OS, okay, like this, different Linux versions. You can select which one you want, 32-bit or 64-bit, which one you want to select. You can select it and install it. For example, I want to install Red Hat Enterprise Linux 9, then I will select that one. Why we should select this one? If you select 64-bit to machine, you want to install a OS, you want to install 64-bit OS, then the machine must be 64-bit compatible, right? On 64-bit machine, you will install 64-bit OS. In 32-bit machine, you install 32-bit OS. Simple. You purchase a one system. It's a 32-bit hardware, means 32-bit processor. So you have to install 32-bit OS only. If it is 64-bit processor, like i5 processor, i3 processor, i7, these are 64 only. Nowadays, almost all 64-bit processor only. In 64-bit processor, you will install 64-bit OS only. But this is virtualization. In virtualization, you want to install some OS that is 32-bit OS. That is a 32-bit OS. You download, you have an operating system that is 32-bit OS. For example, you like to check a Windows 7 system, 32-bit OS. Maybe in your childhood days, you may have this 32-bit Windows 7 operating system. You want to install and check it how this so many days or not. So you want to check it how this voice installation, how it is look like. So you want to play something in it. Okay. So you want to install 32-bit voice, but my physical machine is 64-bit machine. So you can't install 32-bit voice on 64. Nowadays, most of the systems are 64-bit systems only, where you can able to find 32-bit physical machine. You can't, no, it's very difficult. But in a virtualization, just you have to select 32-bit version. Okay. So this VMware workstation prepare a virtual hardware to run this machine, a virtual hardware with a 32-bit compatible. It create a virtual hardware for 32-bit compatible OS. So that's why we are selecting operating system and versions 64 and 32 like that. So depends upon that, it will select. For example, I'm selecting Windows 7 32-bit. If you see voice recommended size, automatically it will give a suggested recommended size 60 GB required. Okay. RAM you can see automatically taken 1 GB only. Okay. Because to minimum installation of Windows 7 is 1 GB RAM is required. For example, I'm selecting Windows 10 64. Okay. Recommended is 60 GB storage space. See the RAM size is 2 GB. 2 core processor automatically it is get selected like that. Okay. If I select Windows 11, Windows 11 to install Windows 11 minimum RAM capacity must be. So it is asking other information. Yeah, of course. To install Windows 11, TPM platform must be there. Okay, you have to give the password kind of stuff. I don't any 64 GB storage free space is required, and see 4 GB RAM is required. 2 core processor is required. So it is when you select a specific OS, that system, that VMware Workstation understands what kind of hardware is required. 32-bit processor, 64-bit processor, or how much RAM is required, how much storage is required. Of course, we can change it, whatever you want, whatever it is showing, but we can change, we can increase or decrease as per our requirement. Okay, but that is given the things. So when you create a virtual machine, it prepared a virtual hardware for to install and run that machine. Okay, so this is how you will create. I will show you a sample creation. Okay, for a simple Windows 10, I'm selecting Windows 10. Windows 10, I think I do not have Windows 10, so I will select it. Okay, Windows 10. Next. So this is what name you want to put it. For example, for some testing, I put a Windows Win C2. Okay, and which location you want to store. Where is your free space? Better to store in the other than C drive, because C drive is more sensitive space. Go to the D drive. In the D drive, I have a folder like this. In this folder, I stored all my virtual machines in this folder only. Okay. Just showing guys, that's nothing more. Okay. You don't need to do anything. Just so I try to store all the virtual machine in one location. Just what I do generally for this one. So this name indicating Win C2 means Windows operating system. C2 means system 2, because I have C1, then I put a C2 here. Okay. So how much storage you want to give? The suggested one is 60 GB storage. So I need more storage than that one. So then I selected, I put 160 instead of 60. Okay. Next. Customize hardware. See, it is suggestion is showing 2 GBs minimum RAM is required. So I can utilize up to 13.6 because my total RAM capacity is 16 GB. My total RAM capacity is 16 GB. Go to Task Manager. Click on the performance memory. See, my total RAM is 16 GB. But out of 16 GB, 6.4 GB is only available. So I can run total of my application. Next, after this, means currently it is utilizing. Some of applications are utilizing my RAM, but still I can able to use another 6 more GB. Okay, possible. So if I select 4 GB, then while I'm running this virtual machine, then only it will take 4 GB. Okay, if I select 4 GB and turn on this virtual machine, then only it will take 4 GB from my physical RAM. Processors, okay, how many processors you wanted? If you want nested virtualization, you have to select these options. Where is your operating system? By selecting what OS you want to install, it won't install anything. Okay, so you have to provide that operating system image. If you download this operating system image into your system, so then you can see this is a CentOS 7 operating system image, iOS image. This is CentOS 10 operating system image. Okay, this is NagOS virtual appliances image, means it include OS as well as applications inside. Even in my downloads, I will search for iOS images if it is available. Either it is there or I removed it. Yeah, this is server operating system image. It is okay. It is a server operating system image. Like this kind of iOS images are there to install in it. So I have to specify where is my operating system location. Okay, like this. Just to show guys. Network adapter. So your machine need a network connectivity. Your machine is need a network connectivity is required. Why we need a network connectivity? One thing is to communicate between two virtual machines. One is to communicate between two virtual machines or communicating between your virtual machine to your physical network or communication from your physical machine to your physical network, sorry, your virtual machine to physical network in one-way direction. One is two-way direction, another is one-way direction. Okay. One-way direction means your machine can access outside of your network, but outside network cannot reach yours. So that is NAT adapters, NAT. Okay. Your physical machine can communicate outside to inside. Means someone outside of your physical machine can able to communicate your virtual machine. Two-way communication is there. Means you can access internet and you can access your VM can able to access from other computers in your network, other computers in your network. So then we go with a bridged connection. Bridged. In VMware also we use VMnet 0 for that purpose. Okay. If you want to connect, like you can access outside of your system, but outside system cannot access to your system. That is NAT. Okay, that is NAT. This is just try to understand, guys. If you don't get it, also not a big problem, but try to understand in a future if you are working in a cloud computing and anything, even virtualization, these terminologies are very useful. Or you want to connect between two systems. That's it. You don't want. You want to communicate between two virtual machines. That's it required. No outside communication. No outside communication. Then simply we'll go to the host only connection. Like VMnet 1. This is host only network. Means between that host only it will connect. Okay. Completely a private communication in your same system, physically same system, but between the two virtual machine will communicate, or you will communicate from your virtual machine to outside of the network. Like you can access internet, But from other systems in your network, you can't get access to it. You want access both the ways. Then you with a bridged network we are using it. Okay. Network connectivities. Okay. So you can use NAT, host only, or custom, or bridged, which one you want it. Okay. Once you click on finish, now the machine is created. This machine is located in that one open VM directory. See this? This is the machine data. These are the machine related files. See where it is located in my hard disk only. This entire machine is in my hard disk. So I can move this machine because just like a folder. See that machine is just like a folder. If I copy it and paste into another physical machine, I can delete it. I can move into my external hard disk. For example, this is a very important machine. Okay. So I have a lot of data in the machine. I can copy it and put it into the external hard disk. Okay. So like that, we can able to do it. Okay. See, VMDK is a virtual hard disk. So whatever the data operating system data I store in this machine, it stores in this hard disk. It's a virtual hard disk. Data stores, virtual machine data stores in this virtual hard disk. Where it is located in my physical hard disk only. Okay. And this is VMX file. It means this file tells what is your virtual machine configuration. Okay. What is your virtual machine configuration? So I'm trying to open with Notepad. See it is what is your configuration. So what is Ethernet you are selected? Where is OS you are selected? What hard disk you are selected? What memory you are selected? Like that, you can able to see from here. Okay. This is that virtual machine configuration file. See, entire your machine store in a physical location. If you turn on the machine, if I turn on this machine, what happen? Okay, there is small just okay. When I turn on this machine, see earlier I have a 6.4 GB. This available memory will be reduced. It is utilize your CPU and your memory and your storage, but it is isolated. Whatever I do in this virtual machine does not affect on your physical operating system or physical system data. Okay, it does not affect on your physical operating system or physical data. Whatever I do, what OS I installed, what application I installed in this virtual machine, it does not affect on your physical host. Okay, does not affect on the physical host. Okay. So just like how we install the OS in a physical machine, similarly we can able to install the OS. Okay, but in a physical machine, you insert an operating system installation disk using pen drives or what we say CD-ROMs like that. But in a virtual machine, we use ISO files. We use ISO files, operating system image files like this. We insert it into that their CD-ROMs. You can see, go to the settings. In their CD-ROMs, we are putting their ISO image files. Through that one only, we are installing the operating system. I'm not doing anything. I'm going to delete it. Okay. Otherwise, I do not have more space in my disk space is also very less. But I will show you the virtual machine, just understanding the virtual machine concept. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. I'm not doing. So, for example, this is the machine I created. Later, I no longer require this machine. Later, I feel there is no longer required machine. Whatever I want to do it, I done my completed my work. The batch is completed, or maybe my practical is completed. No longer required. So when I'm not running it, it is not utilizing my resources. I can keep it like that, no problem. but it utilize your disk space. It utilize your disk space. Okay. So what to do? Okay. It is utilized disk space. I will show you some other machines. So if you look at this, I go to the properties of this machine. It is occupying around 60 GB disk space in my hard disk. Okay. If you go to this machine, okay, this will take almost 50 GB is occupied from my physical machine, physical space only. This is a Linux machine. It is also utilized around 7 GB in my physical spaces. So like that. So machines utilize space. I didn't put anything, that's why it is showing 20 MB only. Okay. So if you no longer required, unnecessarily it is available. Okay, it is utilize your disk space, so no longer required. What you can able to do, you can also delete whenever you do not want. Whenever you do not want this machine, simply you can able to delete from the disk. It will delete this machine permanently. So that machine will be gone from your space. You will have a lot of virtual machines like this. Okay. So they will occupy the space. See, this is around 10 to 12 GB occupied. Okay. So this is 35 GB space occupied, 33 GB. Um, Many Windows-based systems, if you go there, it is, yeah, it's around, it is a Linux-based system, 20 GB disk space utilization. If I don't required or no longer required that machine, I can delete that machine also. Okay. And of course, we can transfer that machine to other systems. In a few days back, I mean not few years back. So there's some requirement came. What is happened? People want to practice Oracle database on the Linux system. Oracle DB should be installed in the Linux system, and they want to practice that one. So what I've done, I created a virtual machine. In the machine, I install a Linux operating system. Then I install the Oracle database application and I configured it. Everything is running good. Then I copied this entire virtual machine into my external hard disk. Then I paste into their laptops. And again, they started to open this virtual machine and work on the virtual machine. Simple, simple entire machine. I copied and put it into another machine to run. Because these virtual machines not binded to your physical hardware. Virtual machines utilize physical resources, but not binded to physical resources or physical machines. It is intact, not contact, intact type. Means it utilizes the physical resources, but not binding. You can move your virtual machine from one physical host to another physical host. You can able to move it. So that is one more point in the virtual machines. Um, so these are all also my virtual machines. Okay. Um, any other points I missed? Yeah. Cloning. For example, cloning and snapshot. Two more options also there. For example, I have this machine. We'll take one more machine, sample machine, like this, because I'm going to delete this one. Okay. Um, this is my machine. In this machine, I install the operating system, some applications, configuration is done. Running, good. Now, I want to test something in it. If I'm trying something new, there is a possibility that existing will also will be damaged. Like you have a physical machine, inside you are operating system. applications, settings, everything is running fine. Running fine. Now, what happened? You are trying new application, some new settings, some new configuration you are trying. So there is a possibility that whatever you want to try, something change, something you want to do it. Next step of installation, a next step configuration, some changes you want to make. Possibility that your voice can be corrupted. Possible. Your data may be lost. Possible. There is a conflict between your new application to the older existing conflicts, version conflicts. Possible. So what I will do it, I will take a snapshot. This is snapshot. So take a snapshot. Okay. I said sent OS 10 installed configured. So before this snapshot, what are the machine contains operating system and what is that? It's already configured proper. That's it. Just for example, I'm not doing it. We do not have a time to show that one. So I take a snapshot. So go to snapshot. I take in a snapshot. So in this snapshot, before snapshot, what I have in this machine, it is safe. No problem. Snapshot manager. See, we created a snapshot. After snapshot, now I'm running this machine. So I turn on the machine. I started installing some new software or maybe some configuration I have done. Everything is running fine. Good. No problem. In case some issues occurred after snapshot, I done some changes. Some installation is done. Some configuration I have done. Some there is a mistake is happened. Entirely corrupted, not working properly. So what I can able to do? Simply I will go to the snapshot, revert to the snapshot. Click on revert to the snapshot. Yes. So whatever I done after snapshot will be gone. Before snapshot will be come back. Okay. Enter data, operating system, application settings. Whatever it is before snapshot will be came back. After snapshot, what we have done will be gone. Okay. So that is snapshot. So we can take a snapshot on your virtual machine. So then after snapshot, any changes you have done, we can able to go return to the previous state. Okay. That is snapshot. I said one more point is there that is called cloning. Cloning. Here I have a virtual machine. This virtual machine contains an operating system, applications, and then all the configuration settings. Then good. Now, again, I need one more virtual machine, the same kind of settings, same kind of operating system, application, and settings. Again, I have to create one more virtual machine. Then again, I have to install the operating system, then install the applications and do all the settings, right? Again, we have to do it. If you need one more, need a one. But there is one possibility that we can clone this machine to another. We can do cloning also, like this. Go to manage, clone. What is this clone? Just understand the concept, guys, how to do it. Or really, we are required to do it now, not required. Just understand the concept. That's it. Okay. Cloning. What is a cloning? Duplicating. Okay. Like Xerox machine. Okay. Next. So which cloning you want to do it? From the current state means I take an already snapshot, right? So what are the operating system application data is there as per right up to now. From there you want to clone? Yes. Next. Which clone you want to do? There is a two options are there, linked and full clone. Which clone? Linked and full clone. Linked. Next is full. Linked clone. What is a linked clone? If you create a linked clone, you must have your actual machine. This is like a parent. This parent machine must be there because it actually contains your operating system, applications, and data. Linked clone created childs. Without a parent, child cannot be created and child cannot be run also. So the child means the clones, linked clones runs based on the parent one only. That is a linked clone. It's not a full copy, as this copy is not there. But still, we can start it and running. It's very quick to do it. It occupy very less space. Linked clones occupy very less disk space. You can also require less disk space to store. However, it cannot run without access to the original virtual machine. So virtual machine must be there. It's a reference to virtual machine, original virtual machine only. Okay, linked. Just what are the operating system, application, data, settings in the original virtual machine, we can able to get it from the linked clones. Okay, without more clicks. So and faster we can able to create this linked clones and run it with less space occupation. This space occupation. Full clone means complete set. Even original copy is deleted. You have taken complete full to full Xerox copy. Okay. So full clone means complete duplicate copy is created. Even you deleted the original one, still your full clone will be accessible. When to do the full clone? Generally, first data safety purpose. Your original machine is running. In your seriously one server is configured. Your original machine is running. Good. Your original machine is running. Okay. Now it contains operating system, application, configuration, settings, important data is there. But your machine is crashed. What to do? Your machine is crashed. Your VM is crashed. What to do? Okay. So then if you create a full clone, even original machine is crashed, we can up the full clone machine as a same machine because it contains same configuration, same application, same data, same operating system. See, in that cases, generally people create full clones. Cloned copy they created. In case of original copy, the current running machine is down, we can use clone copy. We can up the clone copy and started utilization. This concept is also called FT, fault tolerances, in a VMware concept, fault tolerance concept. So that's the difference between linked and full clone. Linked is just I want to create another machine. Simple linked clone. See, where I stored the previous machine, we try. So name I'm going to change instead of clone. I put a clone one, okay, or C1. Name, copy, paste, finish. Plus, see, one more machine is created. You see the symbol difference? It is a cloned copy from here. It does not utilize that much space. It is utilized. Okay, but it refer this machine only. Okay, it's a clone machine. It's a linked clone. Full clone means same as this copy. New copy is created. This is full clone. Okay, snapshot and clone. Network also I explained. So just to get some kind of idea about a virtual machine, guys, virtualization. This is not pure virtualization. What I'm saying, it is our side, our machine, our related virtualization. So after this means one more part I will going to tell, but this one we will going to understand it first. Again, I have a physical machine, I have a physical hardware, physical operating system. Physical OS in the physical machine, that's called host OS. So if I required to run any different operating system, and to run different applications in it. Simply, I can use applications like VMware Workstation or Oracle virtual machines. Using these applications, I can create and run different operating system. So I can create a virtual machines and install the OS and applications and run it. Again, what is the virtual machine? It is a software-defined machine or virtual representation of a, a machine. Okay. Virtual machines utilize your physical resources. Virtual machines utilize your physical resources. Virtual machines operating system applications are isolated from your physical machine and other virtual machines also. Virtual machines OS running in the virtual machine called a guest operating system. You can run different applications in the different virtual machines as per your requirement, as per your operating system support. Some applications support only Windows XP. These applications may not run on Windows 11. So I need a Windows XP environment. For that one, I no need to purchase any physical hardware. Simply I can run on the business. With the help of virtualization, I can run different operating system with in a single physical machine. I can run different operating systems in the single physical machines with the help of virtualization or virtualization softwares. These are all applications, virtualization related application, hypervisor applications are done. Okay. A virtual machine is a function like a physical machine. It is software defined. It utilizes physical machine resources. While machine is running, it is utilize your CPU, memory, storage. If machine is not running, it does not utilize your CPU and memory resources. CPU and RAM resources, it won't utilize. Okay, if not running. Like I have a multiple machines, but they are not running. All these machines are not running right now. It's created just right now. But storage, it is occupied already. The storage is there. Their operating system application stores in our physical storage location. They're currently running. Okay. They're currently not running, just they occupied the space. But if I turn on the machine, if I turn on one machine, okay, for example, if I turn on this machine, it is showing 2 GB RAM. So this 2 GB will be taken from my physical RAM only. It will be taken from my physical RAM only. So that is while running the virtual machine, it utilizes your physical resources like CPU and RAM. If when it is not running, it does not utilize your resources. While your system is running, suddenly you got certain work. You have to leave to your home. Normally in your physical machine, you can put your system into sleep mode or hibernation mode. You can put your system into sleep mode or hibernate mode. So then what are the work you are currently doing will be like that after you open the system again. In the virtualization, we have one more option that is called a pausing. We can pause the machine. While machine is running, you can pause it also. So I just turn with 4 GB RAM. Once machine is started, we started utilizing our CPU and memory. Still, this does not contain any OS. Okay, of course. No OS and R, but it is utilize the resources. Okay. I can pause it, like click on this. It's now in this state. If I resume it, I can continue from that position only. Okay. So I can pause it and run it. I can take a snapshot. I can clone, linked, and full clones also we discussed. I can connect to different networks. Okay. I can connect to virtual machine only communication, virtual machine to physical machine communication, virtual machine to outside your physical network communication. Okay, physical network devices to your virtual machine communication wise also we can connect using network virtual switches, virtual virtual connectivities like NAT-based connectivity, bridged connectivities, host-only connectivities we can use to connect. We can copy entire virtual machine and we can run that virtual machine from another system. You can export your virtual machine to another machines also. There is export option. Yes, you can export entire your virtual machine into a file, and that will be we can open in another physical machines also. Okay, so these are the if a machine is no longer required, you can also delete that machine whenever not required, no longer required. You can able to delete. Okay. So this is small points about your virtual machine. Guys, any doubts, questions? Anybody having any doubts, questions? Tell me. I will try to give you answers. Last time you guys asked one question. That's very good question. That is, what is the limitation of adding this number of devices? Yeah, I'm not sure that is, but definitely, every adding a device, for example, USB having a limitation 127 for any physical machine, number of USBs you can connect 127 devices only. Okay, these ports because the every machine inside of the machine there is a I/O memory address is there. Okay, input output memory addressing is there. They should understand how many number of devices on the specific type network adapters. How many number of network adapters it will count. Depends upon the physical hardware, physical machine or operating system. This number of adapters management is there. Means your hardware has a number of limited devices also there. As I said, example, USB for any physical machine, USB number of ports are 127 means total 128. So one is by default. Okay. So 128 means 127 or 128 is there. Okay. Like that. Number of CPUs, number of hard disk connectivities. Normally physical machines, our regular desktop or laptop, maximum 4 number of disks we can able to connect. More than 4 we can't able to connect it. Okay. If it is a SCSI, you have 15, 25 devices you can connect for one single point connection. Okay. It's all depends upon the physical comfort. Same for virtualization also. There is a limitation definitely there, but I don't have the record of knowing. Generally, I thought it is 127 or 128 kind of stuff. Okay. You can ask me guys, no problem. If I know, definitely I will give you an answer. So why it is availability reduces, I didn't running any machine.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sir, you told this is a free software we are getting, right?
Yes.
Sir, how it can be secured, sir?
Uh, it is mainly trust on the organizations.
Okay.
That's it only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Again, free, open source, paid. What's the difference? What's the difference between open source? Very good question. From your questions, I will get lot of things. That's why I keep on asking, ask me question. Paid or licensed one. What's the difference? Paid license, free license, open source. What's the difference? Anyone.
Sir, open source is like anyone can access without any kind of verifications or authentications.
Okay.
So for the paid one, we might have some benefits of giving authentications and also some securities like passwords and all.
Okay. What about free?
Free is also one like open source one.
Okay. Wait. There is a small difference is here, guys. Open source means the source code is available to everyone. Okay. Open source softwares, the source code of that software or operating system is available to everyone. For example, you take a Linux. Linux kernel is a open source operating system. Linux kernel is open source. You can download Linux kernel, you develop and you can deploy, you can distribute your own Linux based operating system. It's a open source, open stack. Like it's a one kind of public cloud, private cloud platform. So you can take that source code and you can develop it. What is this open source? The source code of that application or operating system, or it can be some hardware also. It is, you can take that source code, how it is built, what is the program it is written. So everything is available to everyone. So they can take it, develop it, and they can also distribute as their own. That is called a open source. One more is there, community editions. Nowadays we are getting community editions. For example, PyCharm. PyCharm is community edition. PyCharm paid version is there, community editions also there. MySQL Server community editions are there. These community editions are free one only. Community editions are generally free, not a trial versions. It's a free versions, but they have a certain limited access on. One is few certain features won't be available in community editions. For example, I have an application. It's a community edition. See, it's an open source application only and community edition also it is talent application. Certain features not available. Even Eclipse. Okay. So community editions are having communications are free, but limited features. Not all features, you don't get it. Okay. And sometimes what is the use of community? Like make the people to use it, understand it, make them help to understand it, do it. So later they can go for the paid versions. One point. Second point is in community editions, the users, we can also give feedback. Or like this is an issue we are getting here. This is the problem in your software. Second one is you can also participate in the product development. You can also participate in a product development. Example, you go to the Proximox virtualizations. Okay, Proximox company provide a open source guidelines. It's a open source as well as a community editions they are doing it. So if you want to become a software developer, like a Linux store vaults, created a Git. Why this a Git is required? So anybody can take the code, develop it and post it, test it. If working, they will adapt it. Means you can also involve in their development community and you can help the product to develop. Either you develop it or you help them to develop the product kind of stuff. Product development related, you can. So you want to, you are doing some other work right now. So, but inside you want to become programmer. So you don't require a really software developer job. Just go to the community editions, log into them, join into their community, understand their product, open their product, open source, understand the code, and what features they want to develop, help them to develop that features. Either you code it or maybe giving some kind of ideas and that's a community editions. Free. Free means free only. Open sources are free, but all free softwares are not free. So free, again, in a free software may not having all features. The free softwares may not having all features. Maybe having few features or maybe having all features. Free versions. Second one is in a free, what we say, it does not mean always open source. Maybe you may not know their source code. For example, VLC player. It's a free software. You download it and use it. But you don't know what program is written inside because it's not a open source. Okay, that is a free software, free license. For example, CentOS operating system, and it is of the Linux-based. Everything is mostly open source type only. We can see most of the content inside. Okay, so free softwares are may not be open source. So you may, if it is open source, you can able to see the source code. If it is not open source, you can't able to see what is the program written inside. Just utilize and that's it. That's a free softwares. Paid licensed softwares. As yes, very good. That is the paid licenses means you have a secure license key. Means who is the user utilizing, from where it is utilizing, how many users are utilizing with the same license. It's a controlled by that organization. It's a more proprietary oriented. The source code maximum not available anywhere to anyone. The source code is not available. Okay, you have to download the application, pay for the license and use the license. And there is some registration. Sometimes you have to use for a paid. Even for certain free softwares, you need a registration to use the software. Sometimes certain free softwares need a registration to use it. You need to pay, but you need a registration. Paid software, some are use some paid keys, key software, key based authentication, license keys are there. Email based authentications, email based licenses. If you are paid and you can use it. Some people will give 30 days trial versions. After 30 days, you have to go with the paid versions. Yeah, one more is trial versions. Lot of versions are there. Trial versions. Trial versions, 14 days trial version, 30 days, 90 days trial versions also there. Evaluations, lot of versions. Evaluations. These are all important while you are working. These are all, we do it generally. Okay. We can understand these different types of applications and their packages. It's a very important one. Okay. Paid means, of course, maximum based on your taken subscription or maybe what kind of product you purchase. Their maximum features it is available. All features are available. Okay. So some are like paid for a year or paid for permanent payment is also there. Paid for certain period of time is also there. Depends upon the product and things. Like last class we discussed Office 365 monthly yearly payment is there. Okay. So we take a normal regular Office one time purchases is there. So depends. Okay. So we take an antivirus, paid antivirus. So you pay for 1 year. After 1 year, you have to renew it. So paid licenses will provide full one. Of course, secure products. Genuinity is there. Okay. Registrations. Okay. Either you pay for one time or you pay for certain interval of time to continuity of this product utilization. Full features we can able to use in the mainly in the paid one. It does not mean free or open source does not have, may not have, but paid version full access is there. As I said earlier, I have this application talent. If I go with the enterprise license, I will get all features of that applications. Okay. Trial versions, trial versions in trial version, maybe all features are available or some of the features only available. It works for certain period of time only. After that time, either you will pay and make it as a permanent one, or you have to remove it after it is. So for a trial versions are for better user experience. User will try once for some few days. If they like it, they will go into purchase it. They don't like it, they will uninstall the application. Evolutions. Evolutions are like a trial versions. Evolutions also of 90 days, 30 days, 120 days, 160 days, like that. Different evolution. Evolutions are generally full-fledged evolution, means complete product utilization is there without any payment. For up to certain period of time only it is available. After times of evolution will be expired. Then you have to pay for the license, or maybe you have to remove it from your system, application or operating system, or anything. Okay. Not only this, lot of other things also there. These are just up to application licenses type. Open source, free license, paid license, registry based licenses, 30 days trial versions, evolution versions, community editions. But applications packages wise also there. Okay. Releases. Okay. Release 2, release 1. Okay. Release 1, release 2 kind of stuff. Service packages. What is a service package? Okay. Hot fixes. Okay. Application or operating system, anything you can take it. So different releases are there, versions are there, updates are there, upgradations also there. What's the difference between update and upgradation? Update means your application or operating system got update. Some it's for example, your version is 2.1. So you got updated. It's a 2.1 only. Maybe 2.2. That's it all. Nothing difference. Maybe 2.1.2. Like that. It means that entire product is not changing. It is the product. Some features may be added, some themes or some issues are recovered, like that product related, some updates, security related, or hot fixes. These are all updates only. Upgrade means you are upgrading from 2.1 to 3 or 2.1 to 2.2. So it depends. Like I'm using right now Workstation 17 Pro. Okay, if I update it, it's a 17 Pro only, nothing difference. If I upgrade it, 18. I have Windows 10, upgrade to Windows 11, upgradation. Entire version is changing. Okay. Small things, guys. These are all common small things. Normally, if you discuss, people things are telling some nonsense. Who will require this one? We don't know when it is required also. But in case your direct interview or internal interviews also, this kind of small information also very useful. That's it. Discuss and open. Very good. That's you are open and asking question is very important to learn things. But in my virtualization, actually, I want to give only 10 to 15 minutes of briefing, but I told a lot of things. One more is there in the virtualization part only, but right now I'm not doing. Just take a small break. Okay. Then we'll continue the remaining. We'll go to some other things. Yeah, that's it. Take a 10 minutes of break, guys. Come back at 12:15. Okay. Clarified, guys, this topic. The topic is good. Something new.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Very good.